Hello. As heroes played, he played Ana. His SR is 2152, so this is low gold range, right? Or is it high gold? Actually, it's gold though, right? Or is it plat? I actually don't remember. Mid gold? Low gold? Okay. Platform PC. Why do you want coaching? What do you struggle with? And he says, I would like coaching because I struggle a lot with positioning as Ana and end up dying a lot. Okay, simple enough. I can definitely help with that. Okay, in general, you do a good job. I think starting on this side is the right play with Ana. You want to take advantage of your range and the LOS. But I want to see what comp you guys have and what comp they have. Your comp is very weird for this map, which is to be expected. You guys are playing like in a lower SR, so. Alright, so I know you don't have the info yet in game. Is that a boss and uprising skin? What is this? Is this guy a young bun stan? This guy's a young bun stan. Look at him. Alright. So got their comp. Hey, smart Halo. Momo was a very good Ana. He's a very good Ana. Okay. Identifying your comp and their comp. So you're playing Ryan Zarya break, so they're gonna opt to play like around here on this high ground. And people you're gonna kind of have to look after are your snipers playing weird angles. For whatever you guys are playing double sniper here. That's not optimal, but those are the characters you're gonna have to keep track of and kind of heal from time to time. I'm not really too worried about your comp. Things I'm worried about are what characters in their team can stop what I want to do. So you want to be looking for big nades when they come up here and rotate to high ground. So characters you need to be careful of are your D.Va with the D.Va Matrix, the Ryan with the Ryan Shield, the other heroes like potentially a Pharah. I think you have a really good opportunity to do damage to Pharah, given the scenario. There's not a lot of heroes that you really interact with too much, like on an Ana level. You kind of just throwing nades, chucking nades, healing, and then nanoing people. Your nano targets are probably going to be either your tanks or your brig. You don't really have too many options. There's not any crazy nano blades. There's no big, no big crazy nano combos you can do. So it's pretty straightforward, I feel like, for you. I don't think that was your fault. Let me just take a look at that again. Maybe it is. I think that you should be a little more aware. If you see your DPS peaking like this, listen. People in ranked are stupid, right? If you see your DPS peaking like this, just go under the assumption that they're just offering up their ass to be dove, right? Just assume they're gonna get dove whenever you see your DPS peaking like this, right? Like, your players don't have the awareness to realize that they're gonna, like, you're playing at your level, like, the players don't have the awareness to know that they're about to get their shit ran at. Like, this guy is tunnel visioned, right? This guy's like, ooh, I want a headshot. So your job is to be like, bail out the idiots, right? Bail out this idiot who's hard peeking for no reason. You're breaking rails, which could have done earlier. Just being aware that this guy's about to get fucked. That's a tough kill to heal anyways, but just being more aware of it could have potentially saved him. I like your the nade. The nade attempt was good. The nade attempt was good, right? So nading here is completely fine. Yeah, you look for opportunities to not only nade. To not only nade them, but you also get healing on your tanks, which is very good. I don't know if you needed the drop. I think stand up high ground would have been better. I think you were scared of the D.Va, but the D.Va's in the process of being demeched anyways, so that's not anything you need to worry about. I would have stayed high ground here and just chucked nades and healed from there. But now you run the risk of getting dove, and you have less LOS because you dropped. And to follow up, look for the nade. Ah, shit, I missed it. So what? Why is the POV not working? Oh, here we go. So nade's fine. I wouldn't have dropped. This is a no-go. Don't do this. as much as you see the professionals hit these crazy flick sleeps, you're shooting like a 0.5% sleep to try and carry a fight. Yeah, and you kind of, no offense, but it's kind of not even close. It's not worth it. It's not really worth it to shoot sleeps like that. Because there's a potential that you get dove on and you don't have a sleep to bail you out, right? Because you have no cooldowns. Fortunately, your Hanzo's going absolutely crazy. Yeah, let's just be realistic with yourself. You're in gold. You're not going to be hitting the crazy sleeps you see the professionals hit, right? Like, it's fun to try, but if you're going to win, good cooldown management is going to win you more games and more fights than trying to shoot it off like a madman. Are they 5v6?
I will keep you
Whatever.
here.
Regardless, I want to see if you make any adjustments. Seeing this hero, now that they're not on Pharah, this hero provides way more pressure onto you. So you need to be very careful of where the tracer's going. So keeping track of the tracer and having cooldowns to deal with the tracer is very important. I want to see if you adjust to that. Why does it keep? There we go. Okay, good. I think you have a general idea of how you want to nade here. Oh my god, your Brian's a madman. That's not really your fault. I think you generally have the gist of what you want to do here, which is banking nades off this wall. Like you said, right on. Why does every time I shift, it kicks me out? It's actually making me mad. So your Ryan going in there is not really your fault. Like, your Ryan should know he can't get a lowest there. Alright, again, your Zarya also goes in. He gets bursted. You kind of waste nade by throwing it into the wall, trying to, like, flick heal. Again, it's like, you don't need to be doing these crazy flicks, right? Like, you get caught between, like, trying to, like, nade them and heal your break at the same time. Just take your time and make sure, like, you throw this nade correctly, right? Like, there's a chance you guys get a kill if you hit, like, a nade, like, I don't know, this tracer. Maybe the Ryan walking up. Maybe their backline walking up. But you can, like, throw that nade and then you can look at your break and heal your break. You don't need to try and do both at once. It'd be crazy fast. You do... Yo, Adam. Yo, that's my player chat. Thanks for the raid, Adam. Hope you had a good stream, brother. We're VOD reviewing a gold and a player. Your positioning is good, but what we need to really be careful of is once they have established this position and you're scoped in, when you're scoped in, you're just a standstill target. You're just a target to Kovacs, all right? Like, you are just a Kovacs target. You are a training bot to shoot. Like, look how easy it is for this guy to just shoot you. You're like barely moving. When you're scoped in like this, you have to be very careful. Because you're scoped in, focusing on shooting, and watch how fast your health goes down. You just get Kovaxed. Boom. There goes all your health. So you have to be very careful once they have when they are established out high ground. Again, with the sleeps, like... That's whatever. Right? You just try and sleep, you hit him in the wall. That's whatever.
في الامتحان يكرم المرء أو يهان.
Again, that guy dying there is not really your fault. You're out of LOS.
Keep healing. This will only hurt.
I don't know if I hate you nading the tracer there, but... Oh, you're getting bagged. That's not good. Now listen. This has nothing to do with gameplay, but if you ever see this happening to you, you get bagged. Just know the next time you kill this guy, you have to bag him, right? It's personal. At this point, throw everything you think out the window, and if you kill him, you give up the fight and you teabag this person, right? It's about mental warfare. You need to get back in their head. You can't let them be in your head the entire game. So you get teabagged. Next time you kill this person, you get near this person's dead body, you have to return the teabag, okay? You can't let this go unanswered. You can't let this guy teabag you and get away with it. That's just not fair. That's just not right. You can't let that happen. Yo, Ippy Raven, oh well. Thanks for the tier 1, I appreciate it. Yeah, especially if they're a tracer and you sleep them. You definitely have to bag them. You bag them while they're still sleeping, and you bag them after they die, okay? You do the double bag. Anytime you can get an advantage in the mental warfare, you take that.
Let's stop that payload. Stop the payload. Stop the payload.
Let the dragon consume you.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know about sleeping. Like, again, I don't know about that sleep. I would generally save sleep until you have a better chance of hitting one. Like, I think you try and end up sleeping the diva, but because like, look. So you're kind of wary that the tracer's gonna flank right here. You're looking right at her. You see her? Try bag them, true.
Try bag them.
True. Fitter Diamond, thanks for 100 bits, man. I appreciate that. So you know that the tracer's flanking, right? You're looking right at the tracer. You're like, boom, I know this bitch is there. Every time I shift, it kicks me out. But whatever. You know she's there. But your brain kind of goes from, oh, I know tracer's here, I might get jumped on, to, ooh, I see a diva I can sleep, and you shoot off asleep. But in reality, what you need to be doing is like, okay, I see tracer here. Right now, I should be thinking like, this guy might go on me. I need to like save my sleep. But instead, you use your sleep, and now you're in a 1v1 with the tracer. So you're in a 1v1 with the tracer, right? So you wasted sleep shooting the diva. Fine. You still have nade. But right now, you don't need to use nade, right? You're only at 170 HP. And the tracer still has a lot of blinks. What you want, like when you're 1v1 tracers or you're doing tracers, what you want to focus on is getting, not only nading the tracer, but also making sure you get the burst healing. You get the 100 healing and you get the amped healing. But you throw the nade at the tracer and it misses, so you get neither damage on the tracer nor healing on yourself. So you've wasted both cooldowns in your tracer 1v1, and the only thing that saves you is a nice flick shot on her. But now you have no cooldowns. You can't help anybody, right? So because you wasted all of your cooldowns, it took you so much more time to deal with the tracer. Now your Orion's gone up and died, right? So if you have better cooldown management, and if you have more cooldowns to deal with the tracer more efficiently, there's a chance you can walk up and down your Orion lives, right?
I will keep you here.
Okay, good job healing your Zarya. Wow. I'm sure this is a gold tracer. This might not be a gold tracer. I'm gonna be real. You might be getting smurfed on. Okay, maybe it is a gold tracer. Just very, very above average play for a gold player.
You're powered up. Get in there.
All right, not bad. I don't hate that decision. Ooh, okay, good sleep. Your Zarya was getting pounded on. She was in a bad spot. Okay, yeah, again, nading there to get the first healing on him. It's also good. Here. Is it really necessary for you to scope in this scenario? I don't think you need to scope here. You need to be able to play Ana and scope as little as possible. As little as you need to, right? At this range, you don't need to be scoping. Like, the character's right in front of you. But now, because you're scoped, you deny yourself so much information by being in your scope, right? You're zoomed in. You can't really see as much, and now you're a stationary target. But like, if you are unscoped, you can jump around, dodge shots, see more of the battlefield, right? Would I recommend playing back by the minute here? I think the positioning's fine considering how they're fighting, like they're rally pushing, so I think he's fine. Playing how he's playing now is fine. Just I wouldn't be scoped in. It's not really used for it. Good sleep again. We've been doing a good job sleeping the Ryans. That's tough. You're trying to nade your Zarya in their backline and just gets eaten. Something you have to be aware of is the even matrix, but overall, not bad. Alright, I need some caffeine.
I have your back.
Enemies over there.
Okay, you know Tracer's there. I don't hate that attempt. At least this time. At least this time when you saw the Tracer, like you know, like you're close. Like this is a good attempt, right? Like look at the range at which you have to sleep here. This is a perfectly fine way to use your sleep. Like you're really close. All you do is miss by a little bit. I think it's fine. Trying to sleep like that is good because the Tracer knows at this range how close you are. There's a good chance you have to sleep, so she's forced to back off. But when you're shooting sleeps from across the map, it's not really any risk to the Tracer. She's not too worried about it. So that's good. That's good attempt at sleeping.
You're going to be okay.
Wow, your tank's carried there. Again, you're kind of quick scoping a lot when it's not really necessary. Yeah, a really big thing I would work on is at the range you're playing, stop scoping in so much. I know it's probably easier for you to aim like that, but I think you're really just hindering yourself as an Ana player if you're forcing yourself to scope in as much as you are.
This will help. It's just a scratch. You'll be fine.
My barrier can't take much more. In 3, 2, 1. 3, 2. Fire at will.
Where did the grab go? Oh my god, you guys got some cheeky. You guys have some cheeky fucking gold players. Did this guy just shoot a grab into the sky?
In 3, 2, 1. 3, 2.
Огонь по готовности.
Okay. All right.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Cheeky grab. Hey, you're having fun. That's important. Having fun's important. So, whatever. I don't hate it. As long as you're having fun. Hey, you want the fight. Whatever. It's in chat. You gotta realize, I've spent my years playing professional Overwatch and playing like 4,500 average games. So seeing this stuff is kind of a shock to me at times.
It's just a scratch.
I'm not gonna harp on it again, but again, try not to scope in so much when you're this close. Like, there's not really a reason to do it. Big shatter.
30 seconds remaining. I'm not ready to hang it up.
Group up with me.
Alright, so if you guys can manage to recontest here, you're actually gonna fucking
Go.
oh wow, big contest. You are in a power position as Ana here. Like, this is like one of the best positions in the game to play a pocket Ana. So I want to see how you. I don't think you can use it very well considering. But here's where I wouldn't mind. So it's sort of weird. Like, when you're close, you scope in, but like here, I wouldn't mind if you just sit right here and play like a fucking sniper and just sit back here and pocket heals and chuck nades and chuck sleeps, because you're playing out of harm's range while you're also just perma pocketing. Like, instead of running in with your team here, I would absolutely not mind if you just stayed right here and shot and pocketed, because this is one of the best points in the game. Why did my music stop, by the way? There we go. I would not mind, because this is one of the best points in the game to just sit back and just perma pocket whoever sits here. You have a perfect LOS. It's very far, so it's very hard for the enemy team to get on you. It's a perfect spot for Ana. Instead, you kind of run in. And I really don't think that's necessary to be playing on top of your team. Because now look, now you're in a precarious position where you're risking dying to a visor and you're 99 on nano, of an ult which can absolutely turn this fight by itself.
I will keep you powered down.
Okay, you get nano, but you're just putting yourself in harm's way really for no reason, right? If you had been back here in this position, pocketing whoever's on cart fighting, you get nano faster, you probably do more damage, and you take less damage yourself, and you're less at risk. Also, you can play with your soldier, and he can drop a heal pad, and you guys play off each other. Like, you have so many more options when you play back here, but when you force yourself into this melee range, you're so limited, and you're really at risk of dying. So knowing what spots, like it's default position for you to sit here. Like, you know this is a good position to play Ana, right? You know this high ground is very good because you're playing range, right? On first point, you know it's good to be here because you can play range. But here, I want you to apply that knowledge and I want you to apply it here because this is also a very good point to play Ana. It's also very long range, very good LOS, very good line of sight. But you don't really use that, and again, you kind of run in and die. You don't really need to. Yeah. Also, if you are building nano, I would not. Yeah, I know you guys are close to nano visor, but you need to be what you need to be worrying about the most is these two characters staying alive and playing off each other. So I would have much rather seen you nano the Zarya or the Brig. Either of those would have been great options. Like, you already heal the soldier, you don't need to nano him, right? You drop him a single heal, so he doesn't perma-die, and then you fucking pocket these guys on point. But instead, like I said, like, now you're on cart, you have to turn around, not heal the people on cart, and you're nanoing someone who's not going to do anything.
Tactical visor activated.
Nano visor do be going kind of crazy, but doesn't matter for both teams then, you know?
The payload has reached. My team still needs me.
Yeah, Break potentially builds Rally there. She's nanoed. Sorry, potentially builds Grav. Like, those are the ults that are going to win you those kind of fights more than Nano Visor is. Okay, here, I already see improvements. Like, you're not scoping in to heal your Ryan here, which is good. Oh boy. Another, again, kind of cooldown management here, I would say is not great. So you're fucking your Ryan and you kind of chuck a nade. It's not a terrible nade, I guess. Like, you're chucking off the wall. It's kind of close. You just barely missed the backline here. But I think instead of chucking nades like this, I think it's more value to, like, chuck it around near your Ryan, but also their front line. So you can attempt to nano their front line and get your Ryan big healing at the same time. Because this is a risky nade where if you hit it, you might hit the backline or you might win off of it. But you can use a much safer nade that lands relatively around here, and it can heal and do damage. So you're gonna try and get the max value out of the nade. But instead you kind of check a long range nade and it hits nothing. Your Ryan kind of hits a 6-man shatter, so none of that really matters. But again, you can always be better with cooldowns, right? You can always have better efficiency with your cooldowns.
Hello, greetings. Hello. Hello, greetings.
30 seconds remaining.
Just a little older.
I have your back. Group up at my position.
I'm not trying to be mean, but this is your teammate. You can see your teammates do walls. I'm sure you know.
I have your back.
I'm sorry, this is funny. This is the I'm sorry, Ayla. This is the best way you've used sleep, and you use it the best on your teammate. This is the best sleep you've done the entire map, and it's been on your teammate.
Group up at my position.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be. Listen. Here's a takeaway. Here's the takeaway, Halo. Use sleep the way you use it on this guy right here. Use sleep the way you use it on your teammate right here. If this was an enemy, holy shit, that's a great sleep. Use sleep like that, just not on your teammates. Also, your position is kind of piss poor here. It's fair. You gotta be very careful here. You are swung wide versus an entire team, when really you should just be like around here, behind your tanks in a safer spot. And you kind of throw that nade into the cart. So yeah, like, because you're out of position, you kind of like panic throw a nade because your team is dying, and you end up hitting the cart. So you kind of want to be like more like around here or behind them, so you just get easy healing. There's no really any reason for you to play here after your team backs up, so just be more aware of when your team backs up. I'm skipping the song, by the way. Holy shit, I'm trying to fall asleep. That's just a nano budget in your backline. Really, the only play that can be made is you sleeping that. So if you do, you can kind of hear it. Like when you hear this guy in your background, like the only chance your team has of winning this is if you turn around and sleep it. And you die with sleep anyway, so it doesn't matter. Just kind of got it owned.
All soldiers are hard to kill.
Come over here.
Okay, good sleep on the Ryan. Okay, he's fragging. Okay, you're a little in there. You were a little in there. I don't know if you need to be this in there. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do not know if you need to be that in there. Also, when you're rolling out a Numbani, I think I prefer you come out this door. I think this door has better line of sight, and it's less risky. It's farther away from the enemy. The enemy has an easier time getting here than they do here. It's farther. They have to commit more, and it's got better LOS. But I don't hate that you come out the other side. That's whatever.
All soldiers are hard to kill.
Come over here.
Can you do a good job sleeping this Ryan? Who you got with you? I think you can wait, right? Like, some of your friends down here or people you playing with are saying, like, you can play in. Like, I'm assuming you guys are in voice comms together. Like, this guy dies, right? If you just wait a little bit and you wait for one other person to come here, this Ryan should die. But instead, you kind of, like, just let it rip right off the bat. Whereas if you had waited, like, even just one more second for a ball to get there, this guy probably dies. Also, ball, where are you going, man? I guess you're judging card. That's fine. But now you have... This is a lot to dissect. Sorry. This is a lot to dissect here. So you sleep the Ryan. Fine. You kind of rush the kill. Okay. It's fine. Use the nade combo.
Ready for duty.
You see the Bap. Now, okay, this is like this is sort of fine because like you see like the Ryan's not dead, and you could potentially die if you stay in. That makes sense. Which is kind of why rolling out here is just better. This is way less likely to happen if you roll out left. That's beside the point. So you opt to play out of the way of the Rhine, which makes sense. And then Bap's on you. At this point, when you're out here, this guy is your friend. When you were out of, I guess out of position is the way to say it. When you were out in the fucking trenches and the front lines, this guy rallying is your friend. You should be immediately. He comes to you, which is fucking great. Like this guy bails you out. Hellfire 24, that's your fucking boy right there. He saves you from the fucking shitstorm that's going down. But you are just kind of like all over the place. What I would focus on as a healer is, holy shit, they're all in our backline. We need to clear our backline. I wouldn't worry about any of this shit right here. I would worry about this shit right here.
I need healing.
Because you're kind of like freaking out on cart. Like, oh my god, we need the whole cart. But in reality, all you need to do is kind of turn around. Kill these guys. Yeah, nice. Kill these guys right there. Clear the backline and then pocket with 1 point. You should win.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Who's ready to take some punishment?
I have to say, Halo might be stupid sometimes, but on a first-hand account and his friend from console, I can say he is better now. But he is still dumb. Sometimes. A lot of the time. But I love you, man. We still the homies. Art. Aw.
Initiating match.
Kiss a homie. Everyone kiss a homie right now. I can insult us for free? Of course. I'm the captain here.
Ready for battle.
Of course I can insult you for free. You doing Zen here?
Ready for battle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Alright, so we're on the Zen. I think it's fine. If you're playing Bap, like, I prefer Zen Bap or Ana Bap, so I don't hit the decision. This is good. I think main is a lot better for you. It's gonna be like absolutely impossible. So you guys do a good job to identifying, like, you guys are playing Ball Zarya and a slow backline. Like, there's just no chance you can walk into our Rhine here. So rotating main, good idea. Big thing when you're playing Zen is orb priority. Like, where are your orbs? Who are the most efficient people to put orbs on, right? In your case, with the count that you have, I wouldn't really worry about orbing the Bap because Bap is so self-reliant. He has a self-heal, he has a lamp. I wouldn't really worry about orbing the Bap like you are now. I would be orbing the people that are taking your space, so either your tanks or your Hanzo here. I think you prefer to have your Harmony setting on one of those characters more so than a Bap. Pre-orbing is very important though. Who you pre-orb can go the distance. It can mean a lot. But now you can orb your Bap. They're kind of a bad spot. Doesn't really matter who you orb there, they were dying. But what I'll say is that Zen, when you're playing Zen, your Harmony Orb, who you're healing, is more important. So say, like, if you're charging up a right click, if someone immediately needs healing, you cancel that right click immediately and you heal them, right? You doing damage does not take priority over you Harmony Orbing the right player. Okay. Orbing the person taking space, good job. Discording a good target. Oh, also, sorry. I know we're VOD reviewing, but this is an absolute banger that needs to be played at full volume. Okay, back to the VOD. No. Do you want your VOD to be reviewed? We're going back to that song after this VOD. Jesus Christ. Well played, Halo. Well played. If only you could play Overwatch that good. Oh, I didn't say that. You're probably playing a little far up there, for your own good. Oh, you're really close to trans. Like, the only time you can really move up past this point is once, like, they really get cleared out. Like, really get cleared out. But here, like, you have a Doom set up, you have an Ana on high ground. They have people set up on point, you have the soldier shooting at you. Like, you can't really move any further than you go right now, but you kind of step forward here, Zarya. Oh, you're so close to trans. Oh, that really hurts. Yeah, you're just a little too far up there. You wanna wait until, like, the people have cleared the space for you, and then you can walk up.
Pain is an excellent teacher.
Listen, you guys signed up for these VOD reviews thinking I wouldn't bully you at some point? I don't know what to tell you guys. Yo, focus up. Alright, so now you have trance. How you use this is gonna be crucial to how, if you guys can take this point, because they have Grav, they have Nano Visor, and they have Window. There's so many ways you can use this ult. But realistically, as long as you deny one of these combos, like the Grav / whatever, or the Nano Visor, I think both of that's a fine usage of Trance.
I claim this objective. That's with me.
That guy's heads up.
Yeah, again, I don't. This isn't exactly on you per se, but I don't know if I would ever go top of their line in the comp you're playing. Your comp excels off of playing these side angles and getting on their back line. I don't know. Does your comp excel at getting on their back line? You have a ball, but you kind of have hit scan. Just play in range, basically. Like, even like playing out here would be better. But main is gonna be where you guys excel. There's just no way you get any sort of angles when you're playing high ground. You know what? Listen, I would say you're a gold player, but that was almost a fucking disgusting ass play. I will not lie. That was almost like a GM level play right there. You react to the shatter,
Experience tranquility.
and not only do you react to the shatter, you almost body block the Ana. I have to say, even though this failed, this is the best play you've made the whole map. Like, bar none. This was like some shit you put like on a fucking highlight video. That was very close. That was a nice try to play. I'll critique you, but I'll also give you props and make good plays. That was a really good attempt. Although now you've used Trance and you really didn't get anything for it, unfortunately. Better than the sleep? Yes, better than the sleep.
Join. Group up.
Oh, poor guy's defeated. He's shooting the ground. Are you a tilter, Halo? You look like a tilter.
Greetings.
Trust me.
60
Not really?
seconds.
You're just kind of goofing around.
Attack the objective.
Alright. I don't... Just sad. Fair enough. I like to swap. Using Trance. You're not really going to get, you're not going to get anything done with Zen after you Trance, so... I like to swap the break. Now with Brig, your biggest focuses are hitting every single whip shot you can to proc your Inspire and packing the right people pretty much. I think you try and shield where the doom is coming from. That's very hard. You're gonna die there regardless.
30 seconds remaining. Team kill.
You swap to Lucio? Okay, that's fine. There's like 15 seconds left, so getting back to point is probably a good swap. Oh, look at the rollout. Look at him go.
10 seconds.
Little speed demon. Well, I don't know if you need to go to point that early. When you're late recontesting, you want to touch last possible second, right? Like realistically, your ball can touch here. You go Lucio and you help your team get up instead of you rolling out and trying to get the point. The rollout wasn't bad, to be honest. The rollout wasn't terrible. But now you're in the fucking kill zone. When your ball could have touched and lived by himself and you didn't need to be there. Whereas you could be helping your Ryan and your McCree, or like even your Ana getting back. I think getting your Ana back with Nano is probably the right play here, right? Like, around this point when you switch, you're so concerned about getting the point, but I think like, okay. I don't know if you guys calmed that we're switching the ball. That would have been, we give up on Grav? Damn, that's crazy. That guy gives up 96 Grav to go ball. I guess that's the right play, all things considered, but that's tough. I don't know. Maybe it's just some miscommunication, but even so, like, you're rolling out to touch the point, and look how much time's on the clock, right? There's 13 seconds. Like, you do not need to be rolling out and touching until the very, very last second. Like, you want to be touching with 1 second left, not 10.
10 seconds remaining.
So you go and touch, and there's 7 seconds left, and now you are... I mean, look at this shit. It's like you're in a fucking coliseum. You're getting looked down on by the crowd. Your ass is fucking grass, buddy. Your ass is grass. Whereas if you had waited and you had assessed the situation a little more and helped maybe your Ryan and Cree push here or your Ana get back, you would have saw that the ball was going to touch You can help these guys, or you can help your Nana, and you can potentially win fight with Nano. Okay, your Ryan makes a fucking massive fucking penis play. He pins the guy off the high ground.
وريهم قوتك.
All things considered, because you guys have the Nano and you get back. Maybe I'm nitpicking too much, but you did touch way too early, in my opinion. You did touch way too early.
The payload. Move it out.
Oh, time to accelerate.
Now, are you staying on the Ana or Lucio? Looks like you are.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy.
Let's move it, people.
Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Now, do not take this in the wrong way, but you are not a Lucio player, right? Out. Nah. Again, I'm not trying to be mean. I just want to assess this. So, are you a Lucio player? Because if you are, okay, you are not a Lucio player. That is good because, I don't know if you're getting better this year, but what you're doing is ass backwards, my man. You do not need to do anything crazy like this, like at the very start on Lucio. You do not need to go for this crazy play here. This doesn't really do anything. Like, yeah, the Bap died, and maybe it looks like you did something, but not terrible. But like, you should be focusing on like these people right here. You should be focusing on like booping the Rhine charge, amping heals on your cart, booping the Doom. Like, you can mark so many characters as Lucio, but instead you kind of go for the backline. Nah, I just want to be real. Like, I didn't know if he was a Lucio player, I would have been a little disappointed, but he's not a Lucio player. His Lucio's it's fine, you know. He's flexing to it. He thinks he needs to play Lucio. That's fine. But instead, you kind of focus on fragging on the backline, whereas you could have stopped. You could have stopped multiple things, right? Like, you can be booping the soldier on the high ground who's playing fucking gold Kovacs. You could have booped the Rhine who's charging. Like, there's so many things. You could have amped heals or speed earlier to not get antsy and get your Rhine back. Biggest thing I probably would have done is amp heals on cart, right? Go back. Amp heals on cart. You want to amp heals on cart, right? When they're fighting. Like, right on here. Like, your team's starting to get low. You can amp heals here. Amp speed, and then boom, hit this guy right here. You're the only character on your team besides D.Va who can deal with the high ground, so you and D.Va should work together to clear off these high grounds here. Boop him, dive him, whatever you gotta do. Letting this guy play Kovacs, no good. Okay, let's just watch how much he does here. I don't know how much he will do, but look, he's Kovacs in your fucking Ana. Any position where a hit scan gets to stand still, basically, and play Kovacs is not good. You need to try and prevent that through boops any way possible. Oh no, please don't tell me you have 70 beat. Oh no. Okay, give him 70 beat. If you plan on switching Lucio, you should have done so. You should have done so here. Right? You should have done so after this fight. But now you give up 70 beat. Prefer, honestly, like here. You should have given up Lucio here, right? If you're gonna switch, you do it now. But once you're like 70 to 80 on beat, you should probably just keep it, even though it said nah, this ain't it, Chief. Yeah, you should say nah, this ain't it, Chief earlier. That's for sure. Cause now you give up 70 beat because Lucio's not your strong suit. But now you're giving up a big ult economy. Like, that's a really big ult to be giving up.
No dying on my watch.
Okay, you're on Bap now. Bap is basically, how well can I weave my damage and heals? Basically, how well can I do damage and heal at the same time? That's basically Bap in a nutshell. That's basically Bap in a nutshell. How well can I heal my team and do damage at the exact same time? AoE heal my team, shoot the Rhine shield. That's what I want to see. Holy fucking. Okay, decent lamp. But instead of kiting backwards, I'd probably kite towards the lamp, towards your team. Yeah, you get the kill. That's fine. Oh my god, you guys are on Bastion now. Okay. Well, now that you're on Bastion, you are Bastion's bitch. If he is going to die, you land him. That is now your... No, it's PC. There you go. I think it is, at least. No, it's PC. Lamp good, but I think you wait a little bit. Like, you lamp as soon as the shatter goes out, but like your team's not really in any risk of dying that early. You want to get the most value out of lamp, right? You want the enemy team to think like, oh shit, we got kills, right? So instead of lamping now, you wait. They're low, now you lamp, right? Like you lamp now, or like a little later, even, because like nobody on your team is really at risk of dying. But instead you use lamp really early, which I don't hate. You lamped, which is good, but you can get more value out of lamping a little later.
Step rider.
You want to try and milk as much value out of all your cooldowns whenever you can. Okay, you're building up, coming up a window. Now, because you're playing Bastion, this window is almost 1000% going to go to your Bastion. You just drop a window for your Bastion and let him do a bunch of damage.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, just drop this puppy right on cart. Like right here. Like, let me draw a line. Drop this puppy right here. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. On the cart, oh, you will not lose. There's like a 0% chance you lose. That's also not terrible. I don't hate that either. As long as your bash can shoot through it, that's what's important. And I don't even hate you pre-windowing. Window's one of those ults where you can build it really fast, so windowing there was fine.
Payload's moving out. Keep it covered. I need healing. Group up with me. Come over here.
Your lamp got caught in the cart. That sucks. Yeah. Lamp in the right was fine. You just messed it up a bit. Which is to be expected. You don't play the hero a bunch. Overall, not bad. I mean, all things considered. You're using the listen. There are players that play at like professional levels that like still die without using lamp, right? I would rather my BAP use lamp in a less than ideal way than have a BAP who fucking dies with lamp all the time. Like, the BAPs who die with lamp all the time are just shit. Like, nice. You guys win. It was a little scuffed. How do I encapsulate? You played so many heroes, right? You played so many heroes. The biggest thing I want to work on is your sense is 400 over 2.9. That is really low. Holy shit. What you wanted to focus on was the Ana, right? So the biggest thing is obviously the positioning. Knowing what map you want to play on is very important. We talked about before, like playing here on first is good. I think every Ana player in the game knows that. But being able to take that idea of knowing what space is good and being able to apply it to other parts of the map, like using high grounds here, or when we're recontesting, it's really good to be here. Having all that knowledge in your head is gonna net you a lot of fight wins, simply because you're playing in positions where they can't contest you and you can just hard pocket people. What elo? 2100. Soldier Prime. So being able to apply the map knowledge and using that for every point on every point in the game is something you just gotta keep. Jesus, my voice is going. And then cooldown usage, just being extremely harsh on yourself. Like every time you waste the cooldown, think why the fuck did I just do that? Like be able to think like, why did I do that? Like what was the reason of why I used this and was it good? You know? When I played on the LA Valiant in the very beginning, I had to learn Sigma from scratch. And I had Gunba on me, and every time I used the cooldown poorly, every time I used a Matrix or a Rock poorly, he would shit down my throat and say, like, why did you waste this cooldown? And I'm like, I don't know. He's like, well, you should know, right? And if you really want to get better very quick, cooldown usage and ult usage is, like, a very quick way to get better, right? Like, if you have perfect cooldown usage, you're probably not going to lose a lot of fights. So being hypercritical with every cooldown you use is very important. How am I sleeping? Like, should I be sleeping across the map? Probably not, you know? What's a good spot to nade? Should I nade aggressively when I'm getting dove on? Like, having all of that, not, you know, like I said, it comes with time, but being hypercritical with how you use your cooldowns, like I said again, positioning on certain parts of the map, also very important, and I think your swaps were kind of questionable at times, but other than that, not too terrible. This is the lowest I've done an SR review before. I think gold's the lowest I've hit. All things considered, not as bad as I thought it'd be. Don't blame him for his sense. Listen, man, there are pros that play really low sense. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what he's comfortable with. As long as you're comfortable with your sense, that's all that's important. Oh, the other point I forgot about. Don't scope in so much when you're close range. Let me find the example of what I was talking about. I think it was this fight. Is it this fight? I think it was this fight when I first noticed it. I don't remember. Around here, I think. I don't remember, but I think you remember when I was talking about it. Like, when you're that close, like, when you're here and someone's right here, like, you don't need to scope. Like, all you're doing is limiting yourself and limiting your heals. You don't need to scope point blank. Try and avoid that. You're just limiting, like, the amount of heals and the amount of information that you have. All right. My voice is going, so I'm wrapping up sub VOD reviews right there. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. Hope the people who got VOD reviewed enjoyed the insight.